So, what are the intangibles that a man needs to add to his arsenal to be successful? Yeah, let's talk about the making of a man. I want to share strategies for significance and optimal success. I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. Hey, what's going on, family? How you living? How's it going? How you doing? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Yes, let's get into it. Talking about the making of a man. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. I'm growing your greatness, helping grow my channel. Hit the thumbs up button. Thank you for joining me. If you're new, welcome. Salute to you. Hit the subscribe button while you are here kicking it with me, kicking it with us. Talking about the making of a man, strategies for significance and optimal success. I want to jump right into it. I want to share a few strategies with you that are really going to turn the tide, take your life, particularly and especially as a man, to another dimension. Number one, you have to pursue your purpose. I need you to realize this. I know you may have a job, but sometimes we have a job and we're trying to navigate a job and a dream. We're trying to juggle a job and a dream. And here's the thing, a job is what you're paid for, but your calling and your purpose is what you're made for. Sometimes you have to work your dream like your job until your dream becomes your job. And here's the thing, a lot of times we put everything over our purpose. Everything is preeminent and primary to purpose, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that way. You will always put your purpose on pause if you only live to please people and if you only live for applause. You got to stop seeking validation from people who don't even know themselves. A lot of times we're trying to fit in with people who don't like us anyway. You were not created to please people. You were created to please God. You were created to pursue your purpose, particularly and especially as a man. You were galvanized, you were geared, you were created, you were crafted, you were cultivated to cultivate your gift. So what do you have to do? Here's what you got to do. You got to focus on the purpose that God gave you, not who dislikes you. Focus on the purpose that God gave you, not trying to please other people. Seek to please God. And a lot of times, here's what we do. We get depressed trying to impress other people. That's what we do. We get depressed trying to impress everybody else. Spending money you don't have for things you don't need to impress people who don't like you anyway. Isn't that interesting? Let me run that back. Let me spin the block on that. Too many times we're spending money we don't have for things we don't need to impress people who don't like us, much less the ones we don't like. And so here's what you do. Now you're running up your money into a place of debt. You're running up your debt and you're running down your credit simply because you don't get it. And here's the thing about it. You've got something that's so significant about who it is that you are. Come on, family, type purpose. Type pursue your purpose. That's the number one thing here. Number one thing that I'm mentioning right now. Number one, pursue your purpose. Write that down, family. You were created. You were created and crafted and designed, divinely designed with a purpose in mind. You don't need anybody else's permission to walk in your greatness. You don't need anybody else's permission to pursue your purpose. You don't have to wait to be great. It's not too early. It's not too late to be great. It's not too early to get started. Here's what you got to do. You got to make up your mind to mute the opinions around you so you can hear the voice, the true voice within you. If you please God in the process, if you pursue your purpose in the process, you're going to be positioned for new opportunities. You're going to be positioned for open doors, simply because you're doing what oftentimes people don't feel like doing to get what other people will never receive. You can't get mad at the results you didn't get for the effort that you didn't put in. And here's the thing, when you recognize the God-given treasure within, you will see the enormous value that permeates your life. So what do you got to do? You have to love, you got to respect, you have to value yourself through every negative circumstance, through every painful experience. Because here's the thing that you got to realize, my dear brother from another mother. Got to realize this, and that is there is a treasure within you. The tragedy is to be gifted, but to never open the package. Some of us have opened the package, but we're not using what's in the package. That's even a further tragic. You got to realize that your package with purpose, promise, possibility, and potential. You are a red box and a gold bow. You're a gift to the world. You're trying to pursue the woman, but you haven't pursued your purpose. Trying to pursue everything else that is ancillary to what it is that you are supposed to do, what you were created to do. I need you to put the blinders on, bruh. I need you to focus on your focus. One thing I realize about whether it's the Kentucky Derby, whether it's a horse race or whatever the case may be, there's a jockey and there's a horse. And generally the horse has blinders on. Why? Because if the horse doesn't have blinders on, it's looking at the other horses. It's looking at everything else around it. And basically, energy goes where attention flows. Energy flows where attention goes. And a lot of times our attention is distorted. Our attention, we become so distracted that here's what you got to do. You got to put the blinders on. You're looking at her, you're looking at him, you're looking at them, you're looking at this, you're looking at that, you're looking at what this person has, you're looking at what this person's doing, but you're not focused on you. Come on, I need you to turn the temperature up on your level of focus. Put the blinders on. Put the blinders on. The blinders are, I'm committed to my commitments. The blinders on. No, I can't hang out right now. The blinders on. Nope. Not hanging out right now. Blinders on. Nope, I can't be at the soiree. I can't be here. I can't be there. I'm right here. I'm present with my purpose. You were present with a person. And what did that amount to? What if you put as much energy into your purpose as you did into that person? You don't want to hear me. Let me say it twice because it's oh so nice. What if you put the same amount of energy that you put into that person into your purpose? Pursue the purpose. Put the blinders on. You're not going to like this, but let me say it anyway. Put the blinders on and stop letting her beauty blind you. Yeah. Put the blinders on. Stop letting her beauty blind you. Because here's the thing. Beauty is only skin deep. Hear me, bro. Beauty is only skin deep. The Temptations told you it was a temptation. Beauty's only skin deep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or however the song goes. You're pursuing that person harder than you're pursuing your purpose. And here's the thing. You become so blinded by beauty, you need to ask yourself this question. Does she have inner beauty? Beauty is fleeting, is what scripture says. It fades. But a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Beauty fades. A woman who fears God is praised. Does she have inner beauty? Here's the questions that you got to answer. Because even though I'm saying focus on your purpose, I know I got some brothers who are watching who's still going to be focused on that person. So let me put this to you. Since you're probably not going, it may go in one ear and out the other. Here's some questions that I want you to take with you. Does she have inner beauty? Not just talking about the exterior, I'm talking about the interior. What's her disposition and attitude like? Yeah. Does she respect you? Notice I didn't ask you, does she love you? Why? Because a woman can love you and not respect you. Does she respect you? And respect says, no, I'm not going to mistreat him. Respect says, I'm going to talk to him in a particular type of way that is compensatory to the level of respect that I see that he is deserving of. Publicly, privately, I understand that I am an extension of him. And in my decorum, in my demeanor, how I communicate with other people, whether he's around or not, I'm moving in place of a level of respect. Didn't ask you, does she love you? I asked you, does she respect you? Does she manipulate you? Does she gaslight you? Woo! Hello, somebody. I'm telling you to pursue your purpose, but these are for some of the outliers who are trying to pursue the person more than the purpose. So I need you to answer these questions. Does she manipulate you? Does she gaslight you? Is she narcissistic? When you tell her you don't like how she acts toward you, does she continue that same behavior? Does she ignore it? What am I telling you, bruh? Don't be so visual that you have no vision. Why is that? Scripture says this. Without a vision, the people perish. And here's the thing. You as a person will perish. Your purpose will perish. Simply because you don't have a vision. You've decided to accept the visual and put the vision on the coffee table. Man means to manage. Man means to maintain. Man means to manifest. Oh man, yeah, I'm going there, man. Man means to use God's manual. Why? Because you have a mandate. You know what man also means? Man also means you won't be manipulated. Yeah. You're trying to manage manipulation. You wasn't called to manage manipulation. You were called to manage your purpose. You weren't called to manage a person. Called to manage your purpose. You saw her head over heels, drooling over her beauty. But you don't see her attitude that's ugly. I need you to turn up your level of discernment. I need you to see beyond what you see. Why? So that you can transform your reality. It's about pursuing the purpose of what it is that God gave you. And hear me, if you're going to do that, you have to take personal inventory of your life. You got to look at the good, the bad, and the ugly, and otherwise. If you, quote unquote, don't man up to your potential, it's not her fault. It's not their fault. It's your fault. The best way to be found in whatever you're doing is by working your gifts, looking your best, walking in your purpose. Let me talk about looking your best. Family, I'm so glad that I see it so colorful in this chat area. I love it. It's a channel for change. It's a channel that creates change. This is a channel that breaks chains. And so shout out to all of the members in the chat. I love seeing your incredible palette of colors that are here. I love seeing your badges, rather. If you don't have a membership, I encourage you, go get one. Go get one. Go get one. The link is in the chat. As a matter of fact, we're having a super conversation. You can drop a super chat, super sticker. Conversations right here. Conversations like this one that we're having right now is why you need to join the channel. Why you need to get a membership badge. You can do that. Tap the join button on this YouTube channel. The link is in the bio as well. The link is in the description, rather. The link is in the chat. We've got 3 tiers. Cheers for 3 tiers. And those tiers are VIP, Royalty, OQP. You're getting exclusive behind the scenes content, things I don't talk about here that I talk about there, members only discounts. Hey, I'm sharing everything from a meal plan to how to make your mission and manifest that. It's so much. Join our growing, glowing community of quality people. You're a quality person. Join now. Hit the thumbs up button on this video, family. Come on. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Much of this conversation that we've been having, and we've been talking about men for a little while now. And ain't nothing stopping us now. We on the move. I want you to go ahead and move and groove with my book. It's called The Mask of Masculinity, How Men Can Reclaim Their Identity, Lead in Love with Vulnerability. Go get that book. It's a book for all of the brothers and the amazing, beautiful, incredible queens who love us. The Mask of Masculinity, EddieConnor.com, on Amazon as well. Eagles Academy. If you're not part of my Eagles community, go join there. TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Why would I want you to join there? It's my private group coaching, training, mentoring that we do. Told you, number 1, pursue your purpose. If you haven't written that down, write it down. Note takers are history makers. Note takers are trendsetters. Note takers are trailblazers. Number 1, told you, pursue your purpose. Number 2, dress for success. Here's what I realize. You have to dress the way that you want to be addressed. You got to do it. Saw one of my homeboys in the grocery store the other day. You know, I try to shop when I'm in the grocery store on the outer aisles. Why do I want to shop on the outer aisles? The reason I want to shop on the outer aisles is because the food is generally healthier on the outer aisles. I'm talking about produce. I got to get the right produce to produce. You feel me? Yeah. Strawberries over Skittles. Blueberries over Butterfingers. Carrots over chips, because you can't spell chips without hips. That's exactly where they're hitting. So I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier. Health is wealth. So I'm in the grocery store. Happen to stumble up on one of my homeboys. And he does a double take. I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? He does a double take at me. I'm like, I know you know who this is. He's like, man, I blanked out. I almost didn't recognize you because you wasn't in a suit. And while he's saying it, he's in one. But here's the thing. You become so noted by what you wear and how you look, and also by how you act. So here's what we got to do, especially us as men. Do I got a few sisters who can vouch for me? That y'all like a well-dressed man? Like a well-dressed man. You're like a man who smells good, who looks good. Right? Who's got that je ne sais quoi. That gentleman, that it factor about him. He looks OQP. Come on, family, type that. Looks like an only quality person. Dress for success. I want to get into that. Family, put that in the chat. That's number 2. Making it do what it do. Dress for success. I'm going to share something special about it. Listen, I got this special message for you. Stick and stay. More is coming your way. On the other side of this break is more breakthrough. After these messages, I will be right back. Are you an author or aspiring author interested in building your book? Do you want to develop as a speaker and communicator? Listen, check out my array of solutions and systems like my bestseller book blueprint and successful speaker strategies. Explore my tailor-made programs designed to nurture your purpose and grow your greatness in order to increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence. Visit us today at theeaglesacademy.com/store so you can soar. Yes, y'all. And we don't stop. Make sure that you heed to these resources that you heard. Let's get back to the word. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about the making of a man, strategies for significance, and optimal success. Told you, number 1, pursue your purpose. Secondly, we're jumping into it, dress for success. You got to prioritize looking your best. And here's the thing. A lot of times we're trying to dress for other people. I want you to dress for you. Am I telling you to go in debt and go buy them all up? And go to Gucci and go to Prada and go to Louis and go to Zara. I'm not telling you to do all of that. Right? But I'm telling you to prioritize looking your best. What does that mean? The clothes that you do have, you can pair those together. The clothes that you do have, you can iron those shirts. The clothes that you do have, you can iron those slacks. The clothes that you do have, you can put them on to where they're not wearing you, you're wearing them. It's more than the brand that you have on your body. You are your biggest brand. You represent yourself. Prioritize looking your best, not for everybody else, but for yourself. And oftentimes, how we are looking dictates how we are feeling and thinking. Because you feel a certain way, because of your self-confidence. We a lot of times we want to predicate self-confidence and self-esteem specifically just to women. No, there are also men who are lacking in the self-esteem, self-confidence department. But you just want to mask it behind toughness and bravado and trying to act big and bad and all that other stuff. And here's the thing. Oftentimes that's just a cloak. It's a shield. It's a mask. But generally how we are feeling and thinking dictates how we are looking. You got to adjust your self-concept on the inside. Your self-concept on the inside, your self-esteem, how you feel about you dictates how you look and how you represent you. Come on, family, type represent yourself. Type represent yourself. Gotta represent you. When you leave your house, you're a walking billboard. The face card. Heard somebody say, yeah, my face card ain't never denied. Some of them, sometimes they are. Sometimes your face card is denied. Simply because you're mean mugging. You don't have an attitude that is one of gratitude. You're rolling your eyes. You're frustrated. And guess what? That is shown on your countenance. It's shown through your facial expressions. Your self-concept on the inside will influence the smile It'll influence your style that you have on the outside. Family, type smile and style. Smile and style. These are things I got to add to my arsenal. These are the intangibles that I got to add to my arsenal if I'm going to be successful. Here's the thing. Being a man doesn't mean you have to dress sloppy. Being a man doesn't mean you have to look any old kind of way. Being a man doesn't mean that you have to lack in the style department. Being a man also doesn't mean that you have to be gaudy. Hello? One chain, if you're going to wear them, I know some of us like to wear some jewelry. One chain is better than 10 of them. One nice little ring on your finger. Maybe for some of us it's pinky ring until I get a wedding ring. I get it. But it's better than 5 of them. Here's the thing. Less is more. Change up your look. Change up your wardrobe. When you dress better, you feel better. Say, well, I don't have an extensive wardrobe. Do what you have with what you have. Make it look the best. Make yourself look the best. Work on your skincare. Work on what it is that you put in your body so that you can look better in your clothes. Dress the way you want to be addressed. Hear me. When you dress better, you will feel better. That bad man, prime time. Number 21. Former NFL player. For the Atlanta Falcons. Baltimore Ravens, Cowboys, 49ers. List goes on. Redskins. Well, now, just that team called Washington. We did the name. I'm trying to think of the name of that team. Commanders it is. Yes. You have to be a man in command. Family, type man in command. A man in command. That man primetime commanded the attention of others. Yeah, some of his stylistic choices were a little different, to say the least. But here's what he said, one of the greatest NFL players of all time. Said this: look good, feel good, play good. Look good, feel good, play good. I got to make sure that I'm representing me. There's only one you. You got to represent you. You have to dress for success. You have to dress the way you want to be addressed. You have to dress for the doors that you want to be open for you. Here's the thing about dressing for success. What I realize is this, and it's according to researchers, people make an assumption about you in the first 7 seconds. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. People make an assumption about you in the first 7 seconds that they see you. What do you want people to assume about you? How do you want people to view you in the first 7 seconds that they hear you, that they see you in person, online, whatever it may be? Dressing for success doesn't mean that you always have to be suited and booted. Yeah. Dressing for success don't mean you have to have on a certain name brand. Dressing for success, or dressing the way that you want to be addressed, is how am I looking? My clothes together. My clothes ironed and pressed. Is my hair together? Do I smell good? Am I taking care of my grooming and my hygiene? Here's the thing. You can't take for granted that all these things were taught. People often say some things ain't taught, some things are caught. But there are some people who can't catch. So guess what? It's got to go from just being caught to taught. Somebody asked Michael Jordan why he was always dressed in a suit. If you notice this, especially during Michael's playing days, generally during his interviews, walking through the turnstiles, walking out of the locker room to his car, whatever the case may be, the man was generally dressed in a suit. And if he wasn't in a suit, he was well put together. Somebody asked him, Mike, why are you always, dressed to the nines? He said, I always wanted to stand out from other players. And I knew there was someone who would see me for a brief second or a few minutes. And I wanted them to see me immaculately dressed. What if you adopted that same type of mentality? Whether that person knows you or not, you think well of yourself. It's where you say, listen, even when I'm stepping out to do the basics, even when I'm stepping out to go to an event, whatever the case may be, I want to represent myself the right way, because it just might be that one person who only sees me for a few seconds. It just might be that person who only sees me for a few minutes. And here's the thing. People will make a beeline to you. I just got to tell you, excuse me, sir. I just want to tell you I like your coat. I just want to tell you I like those shoes. You're well dressed, man. You really put it on. You really dress real good. You really dress real nice. People will make a beeline. People will trip over themselves to compliment you. And guess what? With the compliment is now intrigue. What is it that you do? Who is it that you are? Are you in this area? Do you live here? You in this community? You see, dressing well is a conversation starter. Dressing well is a connector. And here's the thing. As men, we want to increase our network. Why? Because our network determines our net worth. But when you speak, when you walk, when you enter a room, do you look like someone worth connecting to? Well, they shouldn't judge a book by its color. They shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Man looketh at the outward appearance. It is God who looks at the heart. And you have to meet people where it is that they are. Don't judge a book by its cover. They do. I'm a writer. We got 16 books out there. Trust me, the consumer judges the book by its cover. And they're going to judge you the same way too. How am I putting myself in a particular place to represent myself the right way? Number 3. Is this landing with somebody today? Are y'all tracking? Is this connecting? Talking about the makeup of a man, strategies for significance, optimal success. Talking about number 1, pursuing your purpose. Number 2, dressing for success. Number 3, a man who is striving for optimal success, much less significance, is an emotionally intelligent man. Be emotionally intelligent. Come on, family, write that down. Number 1, pursue your purpose. Number 2, dress for success. Number 3, be emotionally intelligent. Here's the thing. For some of us, we're not emotionally intelligent. We're emotionally negligent. We neglect the right level of emotions, and we allow emotions to run us versus we running our emotions. You're so emotional that you're not rational. How many relationships have you destroyed simply because of your lack of being emotionally intelligent? Here it is. How many people have you ran off due to the ineptitude of your level of emotional intelligence? You don't even read the room. You easily go from 0 to 100 real quick. You assume so much. That now you're not postured in the right particular position to be able to be the type of person who someone can communicate with like an adult. Proverbs 25:28 affirms this. It says this: he that hath no rule over his spirit, lacking emotional intelligence. You don't rule your spirit at all. Your spirit rules you. Because here's the thing. Some of us get so spirited because you get angry. Somebody can easily throw your emotions off. He that hath no rule over his spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. You can't even protect you. Because here's the thing. Some of us can become so irate emotionally that now you put yourself in a position not to harm somebody, but to be harmed. Oh, no. Listen, all these videos that you see on social media, sometimes a lot of fighting videos, and somebody's really incensed. Somebody's really enraged. And they think that they're going to put their hands on somebody. They think they're going to do this to that particular person. And guess what? That person handles them. They get handled like a UPS delivery person. Like a city broken down without walls. You can't even protect yourself because you have no foundation that fortifies you. Hear me. I need you to hear me. Come on, family. Type strong man. Strong man. Type strong man. The strongest man is the one who can rule his spirit and his emotions. Why are you allowing her emotions to get you off center? Why are you allowing his emotions and his opinions to get you off center? My brother, you are not a thermometer, you are a thermostat. Why are you reflecting when you need to be responding? And sometimes the best response is none at all. Here's what you have to do. You got to get to a place in your life when there's ignorance that is going on. You got to ignore ignorant people so well that they begin to doubt their own existence. Do you know that the prefix of ignorance is pronounced ignore? Yeah, ignorance. Ignore it. You got to be cool, calm, and collected. Emotional, intelligent, not emotional negligent. A lack of control makes you a dangerous man. You got to be around people who bring peace, not pressure. Suitability, not anxiety. And if it's bringing the pressure and the anxiety, you need to exit promptly. You need to withdraw your attention. You need to withdraw your energy. Bring peace, bring logic to every situation. Don't argue. Don't hit someone due to anger. Don't hit someone due to having a fit. Don't hit somebody due to rage. And here's the thing. A lot of these things we did not learn as boys becoming men, because many of us, we were raised by a woman. We were raised in a female household. We were raised in an environment void of a man. And so guess what? All you're so used to is feminine energy. That's all you're used to. And so guess what? You begin to act like what you see. You didn't see the man who was stoic. You didn't see the man who was strong emotionally. So what do? Now you act like your sister. You act like your grandmother. You act like your mother. I'm not saying they are bad at all. But based upon how you're supposed to be centered as a man, it's totally different. You got more of a flow of testosterone flowing through your body to bring clarity, to bring compatibility, to bring more even rationality to a certain specific issue, versus you flying off the handle emotionally. And so now here's what you do. You operate out of anger. Anger is just one letter away from danger. God forbid, and you shouldn't even do this, putting your hands on a woman to hit her and hurt her. Doing what Diddy did. That's a lack of control emotionally. He's emotionally impulsive. A billionaire. But it's seemingly like he's lost his brain. What you running after someone who's running away from you for? Well, I'm gonna control them. I'm gonna make them stay with me. Let the control go. Stop trying to make somebody stay where they don't want to be. Be centered. Be present. Hear me. Think intelligently so you don't react impulsively. Because here's the thing. A lot of people want to test you. A lot of people want to push your buttons. But you're not no elevator. And people will generally dictate how low you go. Notice I didn't say how high you go. Because many of us have ascertained the philosophy, when they go low, I go lower. Stop it. When they go low, you ought to go high. There's a fine line between anger and danger, my brother. Life is not lived with brute force. Life is not lived going fisticuffs. We know how to emotionally accelerate 0 to 100 real quick, simply because of what you ascertain looking at movies. Because what you ascertain looking at, quote unquote, the guy who was the bad boy, the guy who had the gun, the guy who had this, that, and the other, and he was acting big and bad. In many cases, he was incredibly emotional, that he wasn't rational. But that's not how life is. Life has consequences based on that type of behavior. We know how to accelerate our emotions, but here's the thing. Do you know how to decelerate so you won't crash? Everybody said, well, stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. There's a way to do that. And sometimes the way to do that is by standing down. When you know who you are, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? When you know who you are, you don't have to prove anything to other people. You can move in a place of meekness. You can move in meekness. Being meek don't mean you're weak. It just means, here it is, you have controlled your emotions with strength. Do you understand how strong you have to be to control your emotions? I know what it is. It's in a convenience store some years ago. Guy knew about my ordeal with cancer. Inconvenienced me. Walks up to me and said these words, "I thought you died." Those are fighting words. Listen, even if you don't know how to fight, you're going to do something. My fist was balling up. I mean, my blood was boiling. I could feel the rage. You can feel that adrenaline rush, bruh. You know how it is when you get mad. My dear sister from another business, you know how it is when you get mad. Adrenaline rush. It's flowing through me. Felt my fist ball up. And all of a sudden, I didn't even know what emotional intelligence was at this time, but I released my fist. Had to be God that got a hold of me. Because guess what? I was going to have an assault charge. I was going to hit the guy in his face. But guess what? I exercised what I didn't even know, which is emotional intelligence. I told the guy, "Listen, as you can clearly see, I'm still here," and walked about my way and went on with my day. You don't put fire out with fire. You put fire out with water. When you argue with a fool, it's hard to tell who's who. Let them be the fool, and you rule your emotions. Did you hear what I just said? Let them be the fool, and you rule your emotions. Because here's the thing, you don't have control over what they say. You don't have control over how they think and what they do. You only have control over you. Stop worrying about things that are out of your control and get some control. Self-control is one of the premier attributes, intangibles, traits, characteristics that you can add to your arsenal to, here it is, be the kind of man who moves in a place of significance and optimal success. Meekness is not weakness. Meekness is controlled strength. Come on, family, type controlled strength. I ain't got to hear me. You don't have to give everybody a piece of your mind, because generally you're just going to be left with just a piece of your mind, but no peace of mind. What does scripture say? I will keep you in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on me. Keep your mind off of them. Put your mind on him. Keep your mind off that person. Put your mind back on your purpose. Keep your mind off of trying to impress and put your mind on addressing what it is that you need to fix, addressing your father wounds, addressing your mother wounds, addressing why you have the rage, addressing the trauma, addressing the triggers, addressing the levels of where it is that you're so impulsive, but you don't have any self-control. Address, not just her dress. Not trying to impress. I'm trying to be my best. Within every man is the Hulk. Yeah, we know how to be a caricature, but I want you to really tap into your level of character. Within every man is the Hulk, but here's what we must learn. We must learn how to be David Banner. We know how to be in a fit of rage. But can you write a new chapter? Can you flip the page and corral your emotions? Even ask yourself the deep questions. Why did this trigger me? What is the source of my anger and my animosity? You got to be metacognitive. You have to think about what it is that you're thinking about. Real men are metacognitive men. It takes no effort to be a caricature. It takes no effort to be the Hulk. But it takes true discipline to be David Banner. It takes true discipline to be a man who is fortified and foundationally planted in emotional intelligence. That's the development of your character. My dear brother from another mother, King, come on family, type King. Keenly intelligent, noble gentleman. A king is not emotionally negligent. That's a pauper. A king, keenly intelligent, emotional intelligence, noble gentleman. I'm above the fray. I'm above the negativity. I'm above all of the things that are deleterious to my destiny. I'm above it, not below it. My brother, I need you to hear me. You are not an elevator. Stop allowing people to push your buttons. Stop allowing people to dictate how high or low you go. And here's what you got to do. You got to learn how to channel your anger. Got to learn how to deal with your triggers and transform it into something positive. Got to be confident. Got to be competent in displaying empathy. Honor your humanity. Honor your emotions in an intelligent manner. You got this. You can do this. You're not a thermometer. You're a thermostat. You were not created to react. You were created to respond in a healthy way, to where you're not allowing people to get your blood pressure up. Stop allowing people to put you in a place to where you have a brain aneurysm. Stop allowing people to put you in a situation to where now you catch a case because you couldn't control your emotions. Stop allowing people to dictate how stressed you are. Remove yourself from the environment. Get some control over your emotions. And you're going to have the victory. Come on, family, type victory. Type victory. Victory in my mentality. Victory in my emotional intelligence. Victory when I dress for success and I get the promotion, I get the opportunity, I get into open doors. Victory is as I pursue my purpose. Victory. Yeah, I'm holding up two fingers. Why? Because God has given me peace under pressure. God has given you victory over anxiety. God has given you, here it is, peace that passes all understanding. And here it is. If they are disrupting your peace, say peace. Come on, family, type peace. Type peace. God is putting the pieces of your life together to give you peace. My peace I leave with you, not as the world gives. Give I unto you. Peace over pressure. Peace, be still. There's a lot of victory in stillness. There's a lot of peace in stillness. You're such a busybody, but you're not being productive. doing a whole bunch of things, but going nowhere. In a rush, going nowhere. In a hurry, going nowhere. Peace. Stillness in the storm. Not allowing the life that you live, not allowing life's tempestuous situations to keep you turbulent and topsy-turvy. Peace. Yeah, peace about the job. Peace about the business. Peace about the relationship. I don't know who I'm talking to. I hope it's you. Peace financially. Peace about marriage. Peace about your children. Peace about your next level. Peace about the projects that you are working on. Peace. Because God is bringing people in your life who bring peace. He's adding those people. And he's subtracting the ones that disturb it and that disrupt it. Family, I want you to sow into this word that you've heard. God is making you a man of peace, not a man of war. My dear sister from another mister, God is bringing the right man. God is fixing the heart of the man that is in your life. Not to be a man who makes war, but to be a man who makes peace. The makings of a man. Whew. It's not always beautiful. Sometimes he's made through the ugly storm. Dr. King said the character of a man is not where he is in times of convenience, but where he is in times of challenge, crisis, and controversy. That's how a man is made. You're a made man. You're a God-made man. You're not just a self-made man. You are a God-made man. One who will be significant. And one who will have optimal success. And sometimes the makings of a man are through the markings of the man. Yeah. Been marked by abuse. Been marked by what people said about you. Been marked. Here it is because of the prison sentence that you served. Been marked because of the scandal. Been marked because of the lie. Been marked because your father wasn't there for you. Been marked because you're dealing with father wounds and mother wounds. You've been marked for all the things that were wrong that happened to you. And that the mistakes that you made that marked you. But here it is. God has made you a marked man for greatness. My dear sister from another mister, my brother from another mother, you have been marked for greatness. God's marked you for a double anointing. God's marked you for peace. God's marked you for favor. God's marked you for that which is exceedingly abundantly and above all that you can ask or think. Come on, family, type marked for a miracle. You've been marked for a miracle. You've been chosen. You've been the one selected. You've been the one handpicked. You've been the one with all the people who are on the top shelf. God chose you. You were the one who was plucked out of the pain. No wonder you didn't fit in. No wonder you couldn't be in the clique. You couldn't be in the circle. You couldn't be in the crew because God had more for you to do. Trendsetter, trailblazer, not a follower. You're a leader. You're a history maker. You're a record breaker. You are going to do what's never been done before and go where none have ever gone before. Family, I want you to sow like never before. I want you to sow into this word. We've been having a super conversation. I want you to sow a super chat. Sow into the super chat. Sow as a super sticker. Yeah, super chat, super sticker. You can sow electronically Cash App, $ Access Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr, Gmail. Once you do that, once you sow there, it's not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. 30, 60, 100-fold. I believe God is going to do it. The links are in the chat as well. The links are in the description of this video. Once you sow super chat, super sticker into this super conversation. Cash App, $ Access Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr, Gmail. I'm joining my faith to yours that God does it for you because you've been marked for a miracle. Yes, you have. Thank you for sowing that even now. Thank you for sowing even now. I appreciate your super chat, your super sticker, for you giving electronically as well. Family, I hope you've been empowered by this super conversation that we've had. Yeah, it's been some hard truth alerts. There's been some HTAs. There's been some HTCs, hard truth alerts, hard truth conversation. But it moves us into a place of transformation. That's what it does. If you're not a member of our Eagles community, what are you doing? We go further and farther than we are here. Take a flight of faith with us. Take a flight into your future. Spread your wings to win with us. Private group coaching, transformation, training with other Eagles. Come on, Eagles family, drop some Eagle emojis in the chat. With industry leaders, with cultivators, movers and shakers, with accountability partners who want to grow their greatness. Let's do that together in our Zoom private room of what it is that we engage in with our sessions, with our lessons, with our teachings, with our trainings. Go right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button. Fill out the form, be transformed. I love the acronym for Eagles. It's mine. Let me share it with you. Empowered, authentically gifted leaders envisioning success. That's what we are. Nothing less than the best. Join us. If you're not a member of our YouTube channel, come on, become a member today. Unlock 3 tiers: VIP, OQP, Royalty. VIP, Royalty, OQP. Come on, join us, join us. We're a growing, glowing community. Got a lot of behind the scenes content and footage that I'll never share here. It's only for members. Members only. Membership has its privileges. Come on, join us. Kick it with us. Connect with me. Tap the join button. Join many quality people, because you are one as well. Family, in the mix is out of time. But trust me, I am not out of truth. And so what I want to do, as I always do, I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Yes, because that's just how we roll. And we do that each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix, right here, up in here, up in here. You know where it is. You know who it is. And I'm coming to you right here on the YouTube side. I'm growing your greatness. Help me grow my channel. Come on, hit the thumbs up button, family. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Yes. Make sure to like, comment, share. Hit the subscribe button. Come on, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, hit the subscribe button on this channel. It's a channel for change. It's a channel that creates change. It's a channel that breaks chains. Follow me on all the social sites at EddieConnorJr. Come on, family. Put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, please reach out to me. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Your main man, 100 grand. I can't help but say, I can't forget this. If you're looking for a speaker, come on. Yeah. Looking for a dynamic speaker. Include me. Invite me. I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your men's conference. Conference in general, your church, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session. Let's make some progression. You say, well, how do I invite you? Just feel free to email me. Email me at info@EddieConnor.com. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother, and I mean that, from another mother. Family has been fun, but you know a brother gotta run. But I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you, yes you, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring high. Let's soar beyond my YouTube channel. If If you want something that goes beyond here, you're in for a treat. I have a private mentorship group where I coach, where I teach, and I provide live Q&A insight in our interactive breakout sessions. It's where I challenge you with innovative exercises to develop your skill set, and I provide feedback to foster your growth. We break it all down to build you up in our private Zoom room as we focus on transformative topics with accountability partners who really desire to grow their greatness by soaring into success and greater purpose. Come on, soar to new heights with us in our Eagles Academy. Get your wings to win, and let's soar into more at theeaglesacademy.com.